Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Inside Golf. I'm Harry Donahue. Today we're back at the Philadelphia Cricket Club in Flourtown, Pennsylvania for the 95th playing of the Philadelphia Section Championship. Now, they've already played 2 rounds. The field has been cut to 60. And today we have highlights for the final round and the crowning of a new champion. Champion number 95 here in the Philadelphia Sectional Championship. So we'll be back to talk to some of the players, take a look at final round action here at the Wissahickon course of the Philadelphia Cricket Club. Coming up next right here on Inside Golf. Inside Golf, presented by Destination Montco Golf, 54 courses, 300,000 yards. Check them out at montcogolf.com. By the First Tee of Philadelphia. The First Tee helps young men and women become better golfers, but most important, better people. Get involved. Visit thefirsttphiladelphia.org. By Jersey Man Magazine. It's a Jersey way of life. And Philly Man Magazine, bringing it to Broad Street. And by the Philadelphia Section PGA, experts in the game and business of golf. Take time to thank your local PGA golf professional.
Along with being stewards of the game of golf, your local PGA professional wears many hats.
We are teachers.
We are players.
We are managers.
We are merchandisers.
And community leaders.
But we all wear one badge.
PGA professionals are well-trained experts who work hard to share the joy of golf with our neighbors for over 90 years. To find your local PGA professional, visit phillypga.com. Brought to you by the Philadelphia section of the PGA.
We are the experts in the game and business of golf.
Now on sale, Tracy Morgan, October 15th.
Welcome back to Inside Golf. We're with Jeff Surrett, Executive Director of the Philadelphia section of the PGA. And Jeff, 95 of these events. And here we are at beautiful Philadelphia Cricket Club. Weather couldn't be any better either, right?
We got so lucky with the weather. 80 degrees plus, not a whole lot of clouds. It was perfect.
Yeah, another perfect setting, too. Dan Mearsman and his staff, the superintendent here, and, of course, Jim Smith, the pro. Cricket Club always shows up now whenever there's a big event.
They are a first-class venue. Dr. Michael Vergara, the club president here, has been phenomenal to us. Obviously, Jim Smith, the director of golf, is the past president of the section. Dan Mearsman, the director of grounds, great guy. Obviously, him and his crew did a phenomenal job. We got nothing but accolades. Outstanding accolades about the facility and the conditions over the past 3 days.
Yeah, and you had 2 courses to deal with. Wissahickon, of course, where the final round was played, but also another round was played at Militia Hill.
Yeah, great. 2 different venues, but the conditions were as pristine at both. So we had a field of 167 players that ended up teeing it up. So we split those evenly between the 2 golf courses for the first 2 days, and they flipped, and then we cut to the low 60 players and ties.
It's always great to win, of course, and you get, I think, $8,000 to put in your pocket. But the other thing is the next 11 high finishers get to play in the National Pro Championship.
Right. Now it's called the PGA Professional Championship. They're going to be playing out in Oregon in June. So our top 12 finishers will get an exemption into that. We also have 5 alternate spots that they're playing for. So it was really great because a year or so ago we had it hosted right here at the Cricket Club, our national championship. So it was great to have that right here in our backyard. And now we'll have 12 of our members that are going to go out and represent Philadelphia on the national stage.
12 guys, that seems kind of high, is it? I mean, when you look at some other sections around the country?
Yeah, we've been really lucky. The last 10 or 12 years, we've been in the top 3 or 4 as far as the number of registrants overall. And then the national spots for the championship are weighted depending on the number of registrants that you have for your section championship. So we've been really lucky. 12 is, I think 13 is the highest, and I think there's only one section that has 13.
This is number 95, as I mentioned, in terms of the sectional championship. Where will number 96 be played next season?
Number 96, our host facility is going to be Laurel Creek over in New Jersey, and then our second site is going to be Burlington Country Club.
Okay, so you're going over across the river to finish up the season. Another great one, I hope. Jeff, always a pleasure.
Thanks again.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, as Jeff Surratt mentioned, after the first two rounds here at the Cricket Club, the field was cut to about 60 players, and there were about a half a dozen or so that were within 3 or 4 shots of the lead, all of them hoping that their name would appear on the William B. Packer Trophy given to the winner. The 54-hole section championship is the marquee event for 172 area pros. The top finisher takes home the William B. Packer Trophy, along with an $8,000 first-place check. In addition, those who place in the top 12 qualify for next summer's 50th PGA Professional Championship, which will be held at the Sun River Resort in Oregon. After the close of round one, Philly Country Club Scott Riley played bogey-free and carded 3 birdies on each 9, finishing at 6 under to earn the outright lead. But during round 2, Jordan Gibbs, the assistant pro at Gulf Mills, wasted little time on his way to the top of the leaderboard. He finished at 7 under. Challenging Gibbs was last year's champion, Dave McNabb from Applebrook. He ended at 6 under par. 2016 Philly Senior PGA champion Stu Ingram also wasn't far behind at 5 under. First-round leader Scott Riley dropped 3 shots to fall into a tie for third. So with that one-stroke lead, Jordan Gibbs made it tough on the rest of the field. He played the best round of the day, posting a 4 under 66, giving him a championship total of 11 under 201. Stu Ingram was the championship's runner-up at 6 under 206, followed by last year's champion Dave McNabb with a score of 207. The win is Jordan Gibbs' first Philadelphia PGA Professional Championship title. It marks the second straight year that a first-time winner captured the section's biggest prize. Joining Gibbs, Ingram, and McNabb at the PGA Championship next summer in Oregon will be past section champions John Pillar and George Forster, along with Scott Riley, Mike Molino, Tony Perla, Alex Knoll, Mike Little, Bill Walker, and John Spina. We'll be back with this year's champion, Jordan Gibbs, and talk to some of the other top finishers when Inside Golf returns in a moment. Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, published by former Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, is everything you want in a publication catering to men's interest. Enjoy articles on politics, business, the mob, wine, food, fitness, and travel. Written by the likes of George Anastasia, Bill Lyon, Sam Carchidi, and Mike Kern. Want to grow your business? Ask for information on our Legacy and Chairman Clubs. They meet regularly and can be a valuable tool for your company. Subscriptions are only $20 a year for 6 issues. They're available at jerseymanmagazine.com.
Better. It's all right. Yeah, right across the top there. Oh, right there. Right out here. Perfect. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah. Well, here's our champion of the sectional championship for 2016, Jordan Gibbs. Jordan, I'm holding some of your awards here. You're holding one that's even a little maybe more significant, right? An $8,000 check made payable to you. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's an exciting moment for me. I've been working really hard all year and, just playing really well coming into it. So I was just happy to be able to get it done. Assistant pro at Gulf Mills. Have you been playing good all year, like you said? I mean, what has been maybe a little bit better than in past seasons? Yeah, I've been playing really well the past month or two. I started out the season kind of slow. I wasn't playing great, but I kept really working on my game, and everything just came together the past couple months, and especially this week, just driving it really well, hitting it good, and probably the biggest thing is my putting. I switched to a different style of putter in the beginning of the year, and it took a little while for me to get comfortable, but it's really it's made a huge difference. Really, it's paid off, huh? Yeah, it's something that's always held me back. You slept on a one-shot lead last night. What was that like? It was all right. I was a little nervous, but it was only one shot, and there were so many good players behind me that I didn't really feel too comfortable or nervous or anything. I just felt like I needed to keep playing the way I was playing and keep making birdies, because I knew if I just kind of got comfortable that somebody would pass me. So, I just tried to stay in the same mindset, to stay aggressive, and, I was just really confident. Yeah, you shot, I think, the today's best round, 67, which is, 3 under? 66, 4 under. 66 today, yeah. And I saw you make one birdie putt, I think, on 15. That looked like about a half a mile. Yeah, that one, that was just fortunate to go in. I hit a good putt. I hit it a little harder than I wanted to, and, went right in the middle and went in. So it kind of made up for some other, ones that I missed that were shorter, So, it kind of all evens out. But that was nice, to carry some momentum going.
I always love it when the hole gets in the way,
Yeah, it is a good problem. I don't want to know what would have happened if I didn't hit the hole, but.
All right, so we know what's ahead for you next June is a trip out to the National Pro Championship. Your first.
First one, yeah.
Has that sunk in yet?
Not really. I mean, it's going to be really exciting. I'm really proud to represent our section. I just got my PGA membership last summer, so this is my second section championship, and it's just going to be awesome to go out there to the Club Pro National Championship. I went to Bend on vacation 2 years ago, and it's an awesome town. It'll be really fun in the summer.
I'm sure you'll have a lot of fun. Here, why don't you hold that? It's getting a little too heavy for me.
Yeah.
Young guy like you, I'm sure. Doesn't feel too bad at all, does it?
It feels pretty nice right now. I'm looking forward to taking this home or taking this back to the club at first. I got a lot of support from the members last night when I went there after work, so it'll be exciting to go back and say hi to everybody. And
I'm sure they'll be welcoming you with open arms. Congratulations again, Jordan.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Well, our defending champion, Dave McNabb, he can't win all the time, Dave, right?
No, but you can sure give it a try.
And you did. You were, one shot off the pace going into the final round, shot one over par, and gave it the good fight.
Yeah, I was just telling the guys at the scoring table, I had a front row seat to one of the best final rounds in the section championship ever played by Jordan. He played spectacular, and he deserved to win this golf tournament.
Yeah, you know what it's like to win. You've done it a couple of times. You're headed back, though, now to the National Pro Championship. How's that feel?
Awesome. Sun River, one of my favorite places on earth.
You've been there before?
Been there once. That was the first place I qualified for the PGA, so I get some good memories going back there.
Some positive vibes.
Positive vibes. So we'll look to kind of.
How many years now in the National Pro?
This will be my 9th.
Wow.
Club Pro, yeah.
So they're pretty familiar with you, huh?
Well, I'd like to think so, but I'm obviously humbled by the accomplishment. So.
Well, he's one of the keen competitors every year. You're going to be near the top of the leaderboard. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks for having me on.
Okay, thanks,
Cheers.
Dave. Well, here's Scott Riley, the professional at Philadelphia Country Club, and you're going all the way out west to Oregon. Congratulations. You qualified for your first National Pro Championship.
First one. Yeah, very excited. It didn't come with a lot of trials and tribulations for sure. So it was an up and down day, but I'm very excited. So.
You got to the finish line. Let me ask you, everybody said how tough this golf course was, but it was in maybe the most pristine shape of any golf course they've played. You'd agree with all that?
I agree. The conditions were awesome. Greens were great, both Militia Hill and over here at Wissahickon. So it was a treat. So kudos to them, and thanks again for letting us come out.
You came into this section to be the pro at Philly Country Club, and the first thing you did was win that Haverford Trust tournament and a big check, right?
Yeah.
And now this is the first time, this is the highest finish you've had, obviously, in this tournament.
This one, yeah. I like the big ones,
Absolutely. They pay better somehow. I don't know how it works out.
Ones with all the money, Jordan, kudos to Jordan, though. He played great today. He was awesome. I don't think he missed a shot for most of the day. And it was stellar. It was fun to watch him. So.
Yeah, you were in pretty stellar company, too, with Dave McNabb and Jordan winning, defending champion, the champion. You know what that says about you? That puts a lot of pressure on you for next year.
Well, I had fun in the first round. Shoot 66 in the first round was great. So I'll take that as a highlight for sure. One of my best rounds there for a tournament. So it was great.
It's great. It's great seeing what you did. And Scott, good luck next June out there.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Well, I'm with an 8-time Player of the Year in the Philadelphia section. Twice he's won this event. Stu Ingram, and Stu, great finish today.
Thanks. I really struggled a little bit early, hung in there, got a little confidence, trusted myself, and obviously at age 56, some of that experience showed up at the end.
Yeah, absolutely, and I saw you out there with the claw putting stroke. What's that all about? How long have you been doing that?
I tried the anchor without getting against my body, and there's no chance there. So I went to the claw this year, and I've been okay. For my age, I've actually had one of the best scoring years of my life. So it's been really good. I wouldn't say my putting's perfect, but it gets it done.
Yeah, I got it done today and throughout this tournament. You're going back now for your, 28th?
28th National Championship.
That is unbelievable. Maybe the most in the country?
Well, according to some stats, if you go online, it says that. But actually, 2 of them I didn't get credit for because one I withdrew and one that got rained out at Doral. But it doesn't matter. It's just still a great experience to be a member of the PGA and be able to, chase a dream as a club professional with competition like we have. It was just a fun week. The course I just finished on is the finest conditioned golf course I've ever played in my lifetime. Congratulations, Jim Smith, his entire staff, but the superintendent and his staff, When I saw them out there the first day blowing the rough to dry the rough, it tells me they care about having a special venue.
Well, we have another multiple winner of this event, the pro at Radnor Valley, George Forster. George, you didn't win this time, but you got into the field of 12, which means you're going on to either your 11th or your 12th National Pro Championship.
Right. And I fought my swing all day today, but I hung in there and made an incredible up and down on the last hole to get in.
You spoiled the party because that means a bunch of guys have to go out there now and play a little playoff in order to get the alternates. You said you've struggled with your swing. I mean, it's hard to believe a guy like you, I'm not going to give your age, but you're older than most of the field. How does a guy like you struggle with your swing?
Well, that's golf. I mean, I think when you get older, every day you get up, your body feels different. And, you know, you have to learn to compensate when your body's a little tight in one area from day to day.
What is the best part of your game? Not just today, but as you get older. I mean, are you putting better? Because everybody talks, you know, Johnny Miller will be the first to confess, once you get a certain age, you know, all of a sudden those yips start happening.
I think my colleagues would say it's my short game, but I really think it's my driving, and I think they would think it's my weakness. I think it's my driving because I hit a lot of fairways. And over time, you know, my longevity's been pretty good playing in tournaments because I'm in play on all the holes as opposed to being in the rough a lot or in the trees. So I think my ability to hit fairways, I'm not very long. I average about 250, 60 off the tee. But, you know, unless I play a really long golf course that's soft, then I'm at a disadvantage.
Right. Well, it means you're steady, right? And like I told Stu Ingram earlier, you guys are getting like wine. You know, you don't get older, you get better.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Good luck out in Oregon.
Thank you very much.
All right, George, thanks. Stay with us. There's more to come for the Philadelphia Cricket Club and the 2016 edition of the Philadelphia Sectional Championship. And coming up next, teed off here on Inside Golf. We welcome you back. Inside Golf continues with our teed off segment. Our panel today is assembled here at the beautiful Valley Forge Casino Resort in King of Prussia. And the panel consists of Jack Conley, longtime Philadelphia area PGA professional, former president of the PGA of America, and we always welcome your insight.
Harry, always nice to be back.
Depth of knowledge from Jack Conley. Speaking of which, we have Joe Logan back with us again from the blog myphillygolf.com. You want to keep up with everything that's going on in not just Philadelphia golf, but golf in general. Joe Logan's blog, myphillygolf.com, is the place to go. And PGA professional and author, our good friend Bob Shepard is back with his book,
The Dormy House?
The Dormy House. Yep. Quick study on some great short stories in golf.
Definitely gotten a lot of good responses from the people that have bought it.
There you go. That's always a nice little incentive.
Yep.
Let's talk about Nike's decision recently to get out of the equipment business, Jack. You know, they had pretty much tied up Tiger Woods there and gave him a lot of money. And Tiger went on to have a lot of success swinging that swoosh. All of a sudden, Tiger's not around. How much do you think that impacted Nike's sales and their decision to get out altogether?
Well, I'm sure it affected it somewhat because Tiger's not out there having to swoosh there every week. But having said that, you know, I played with somebody and they'd played in a lot of pro-ams, the tour pros, and when they go into the golf shop, you don't see many golf shops having Nike equipment in there. So I think that was the biggest thing. They paid Tiger, and I think Rory was on Nike for a while. But, you know, I'm not sure that having Tiger not on the staff anymore, being there week to week, was the main reason why they're getting out of the club business. They just didn't have any golf shops that they were selling to.
Why is that, though? Why wouldn't they, you know, capitalize on his presence with Nike and make it more available to people in pro shops and golf shops?
I don't know what their sales force was.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to have a sales force out there. I know Titleist has sales people in each of the different 41 sections, and they may have sometimes more than just one because of the size of the section. So unless you get the product out there, when I was at Huntington Valley and now at North Hills, there aren't many people come in and say, do you have any Nike equipment?
Right. How about Nike balls, too? They'll be impacted.
So
True, I used to see more people hitting Nike balls and using Nike clubs to hit those Nike balls.
I didn't see that many Nike clubs in bags people I play golf with, they're fairly expensive clubs. Most of them are very hard to hit. Their blades, they're almost impossible to hit unless you're a scratch player or pro or something. But they also have Rory McIlroy is a big player. So it remains to be seen who are those players going to go to. The more I thought about it, I was a little surprised, like everybody, when Nike announced they were getting out of the equipment business. The more I thought about it, the less surprised I was, because they're just, between Callaway, TaylorMade, Titleist, there are a few other big equipment makers that I think of as more dominant than Nike when it comes to equipment.
When you talk about those companies you just mentioned, like Ping's been around, it seems like forever. And it began with the putter, right?
Yeah.
That was the first thing. And literally the sound that it made in impact with the ball, the ping, is how the name came about.
Sure.
And the Solheim family has done such a great job now with other types of golf equipment. And it's lasted this long, Bob, I mean, Nike doesn't make too many mistakes.
No.
But obviously this is the one that they missed on.
Tripped up on, yeah. You know what my view is, when Spieth elected to go with Under Armour, which has no equipment at all, it's like, wow, who gave him the inside dope on that? Because he didn't go for the Wilson, for what we were just naming. Yeah. He's on his own. And he can change equipment any day he wants, and he's wearing the shirt, obviously. And
the shoes. They do make shoes, yeah.
And
$25 million is his contract.
I'm saying that's not a bad deal.
Get you to move in that direction.
But I think he could, maybe in the back room they were talking, these companies aren't doing too good with the club market. Maybe we ought to make an adjustment. And Michael Jordan's a good example. I mean, he's a Nike boy, and he...
Oh yeah, he was the first big, I think, Nike
he brought Tiger
athlete.
With him. And then when Spieth came up, he might have said, "Hey, Jordan, why don't you slide over to another company where you can hand pick your putter and your wedge, and you don't have to play certain equipment,
Well, and let's face it. I mean, Nike got into the business with shoes,
yes.
and as expensive as they are. They're not $1,000 like a set of clubs is or something like that.
Right.
And it all comes down to bottom line in sales, Jack. And
exactly.
If you're not getting it done selling-wise, you're out. Doesn't take that long.
And as Joe said earlier, it was geared toward the better golfer with the blades. They didn't have a player effective set of clubs that they could come up with.
The Duffer line.
Yeah, well, not the Duffer line, but somebody that it's an easier hit. Just like the hybrids. I mean, when they came out with hybrids, it certainly made a big difference in my game, and I'm assuming for the average golfer as well, because I don't know if I'd be playing it and I couldn't hit my long.
Saying that Tiger's doing this, but he's doing it with faulty equipment. Remember? Remember he said that, and everybody went, "Whoa, what are you talking about?" Of course,
Phil also changed lines. Who did he go to? Callaway, right before the Masters one year, right? Like a week before, and it was like for $10 million. And there was some stories out there saying, well, maybe he was doing it because he needed that $10 million for something else. Who knows? But Nike, I'm sure I got from our good friend at the USGA. John Spitzer. I was up there at the testing center, and he has a reservoir of balls up there, and I was able to get a Nike ball with the swoosh and Tiger on it, courtesy of Mr. Spitzer. Thank you, John.
How about that?
All of a sudden, that ball was worth a little more. Yeah. Huh? Maybe if I put Jack Conley's signature on there.
Keep Tiger, I would suggest.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Jack, Joe, and Bob, and we'll be back more Inside Golf coming up in just a moment. The Valley Forge Casino Resort is the region's only full amenity gaming resort, and it's only seconds from the Pennsylvania Turnpike at King of Prussia. It features 600 slots, 50 table games, and there are nearly 500 guest rooms, plus 8 restaurants designed to meet all of your dining needs. So put the beautiful Valley Forge Casino Resort on your destination list.
This summer was a great one at Valley Forge Casino Resort as we just wrapped up our second season of Valley Beach Poolside Club with outdoor dining, drinks, and great entertainment. And beach tags are on sale now for only $100 for next season. But speaking of entertainment, this fall, the entertainment lineup's really heating up inside with the Valley Forge Music Fair. We've got great comedians such as Tracy Morgan, Lisa Lampanelli, and Carlos Mencia, and some great music acts as well, such as Theory of a Dead Man and the Dirty Heads, and we'll be announcing more soon. So for tickets and more information, visit vfcasino.com.
Oh no!
What?
Mandy keeps sending me pictures of the girls' shopping trip to Monco.
Why did you tell him you couldn't go again?
Because I told him that we needed to catch up on housework.
I didn't know much about golf before the first tee. My best part about putting is getting it in that hole. The first year my driving would keep going off to the sides, and then now I keep it nice and straight.
I thought like getting that small ball in such a small target, I thought that was pretty awesome.
My game's pretty good, it's improved.
The first tee of Greater Philadelphia, where golf is more than a game.
Well, that's going to do it for this week's edition of Inside Golf. Hope you enjoyed our coverage of the final round of the 95th Philadelphia Sectional Championship. And congratulations to the 2016 winner, assistant pro at Gulf Mills, Jordan Gibbs. We also want to thank the host pro here at Philadelphia Cricket Club, Jim Smith Jr., as well as Dan Mearsman. Boy, he got a lot of shout-outs from the field of better than 170 of pros from the Philadelphia section of the PGA. Also, our thanks to the sectional staff, including Executive Director Jeff Surrett, for putting on an outstanding tournament again for 2016. I'm Harry Donahue. Remember, no matter how bad it's going for you, don't pick up. See you next time on Inside Golf.
Inside Golf, presented by Destination Montco Golf, 54 courses, 300,000 yards. Check them out at montcogolf.com. By the First Tee of Philadelphia. The First Tee helps young men and women become better golfers, but most important, better people. Get involved. Visit thefirsttphiladelphia.org. By Jersey Man Magazine. It's a Jersey way of life. And Philly Man Magazine, bringing it to Broad Street. And by the Philadelphia Section PGA, experts in the game and business of golf. Take time to thank your local PGA golf professionals.